So here we are. Say hi.
Hello.
More on this later.
When I get some more hands, I'll right by the way.
Microphone. Am I recording?
Clap. Okay, so my dad asked me to make a video that starts with more of the details of how I get set up, to which I told him I've noticed people on YouTube don't really do that because we want to encourage people to go get training and not watch YouTube videos to figure out how to fly and subsequently kill themselves. You should go get training. 4windsppg.com. Lauren Michaels. There you go. If you don't want to die, get training. Find a trainer in your area. You're in Louisiana? Matt Minyard. Heard good things about him. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just going to do a brief overview without showing the goodies. Yeah, just, since my parents were interested. So I bring my sexy wing, Baby Raptor, that's its name, out of its bag. We're going to go set it up out here on the field. Not really going to go into detail about that, but it's pretty straightforward. It's early yet, so there's not a lot of activity at this field. That older gentleman has always been out here working on his Cessna. But in a couple hours, that turboprop's going to take off and start dropping parachuters every 20 minutes. So, hopefully today's mission will go fast enough that I don't have to deal with that, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be unavoidable. So my weather research showed that the winds are going to be a little stronger today. Not outside of what is acceptable, but going up a couple hundred feet, they change directions by a lot. Right now, it feels like it's going to the east, which actually is pretty much on par with what the higher directions are supposed to do. It's supposed to be a north to south wind up a bit, at about 13 miles an hour or so up there. Down here, it's supposed to be 6 or 7 right now. And the gusts are supposed to be within tolerance. Those flags are kicking already, and every morning I've been out here, they haven't been moving. Although it doesn't look like they're very consistent. That one over there looks like it's going north to south, and these look like they're going west to east, which is what I feel mostly on my face. Actually, I feel like I'm pointed into the wind right now, so I need to put my wing somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is take off from over here. Looks like I might be flying towards those buildings for a brief moment. And then I'm going to hook a left, go over the woods, and out. I'm going to Valkyria today. Today is my first mission day. Sebastian, X26, it's the FAA code, to Valkyria, which I honestly forgot what it is now. I think it might be X23, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I don't feel confident about that. Alright. Yeah. Man, it's going to make for an easy takeoff, though, having wind. The last couple times I've not had wind at all. Just gonna... It should be pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, when I take off, I'll just go left. Or just go over the buildings, who cares? There's not enough stuff over there to get me in trouble. So I say now in my YouTube video, check back later for details. Give it some slack. Oh, baby raptor, good morning. I love this wing. Lauren thought I was goofy that I gave my wing a name. But this little thing's my spirit animal, see? I have to trust it. I suppose it's not too caring to trust me. It'll be fine no matter what I do. But basically I trust it with my life, right? So I should be kind to it. Like a spirit animal. Look how pretty. Man, it's so pretty. Lauren hooked me up with this thing. It's so cool. I'm so glad. So glad I went there. You know, trainers want to sell you stuff. And I'm sure Lauren does too. But, he didn't make me feel like I had to buy his stuff at all. I done a ton of research online before even going to him. You know, I was trusting a stranger with my life, right? I figured that's a smart thing to do. And all of his stuff really is pretty much the best. Come on. I could just pull it, but I frontaled my wing already, so I don't want to work very hard. I'm lazy, see? Ooh, check it out, check it out. No, I better go pull it. Alright. See how much happy you are like that? So happy. Alright. So when it's not windy, it's not always possible to inflate your wing and check it out when it's on the ground because there's just not enough to keep it up. But I think today, when I get real lucky, I can pop it up and look at it, make sure it's happy, put it back down, fix it up. 3, 2, 1, up. Check out how happy it is. So happy. Do it again. Up. Oh, that was shitty. Shitty. Can I fix that? Let's find out. Here. It's a little better. Anyway, the lines look good. So... Didn't look like I caused any problems when I wrapped it up last. I wasn't lazy about it. Laziness and complacency. Those are killers in this sport. I think that's why they call this an extreme sport. Even though you're just flying around in the sky in a lawn chair. I like that analogy because that's what it feels like. Complacency in this sport will kill you, where complacency in baseball, you just don't win as much, no big deal. You still get paid millions, you know, if you're a major leaguer. Hope the winds don't change by the time I get my engine out here and stuff. That'd be upsetting. Alright, I'm gonna go get my engine and bring it out here. I don't want to make this too boring. Clap. Alright, the other thing that I wanted to mention today, since I'm collecting data, is I put in 10 liters of fuel when it was in my garage, so it actually lined up with the 10. That's the most I've flown with. I've flown with 7 before and 5, but I put in 10 because I'm flying about 22 miles or so round trip from here to from Sebastian to what's it called? Valkyria. Sorry, horrible with names. Also, I have 10.7 hours on my engine, so when we land, we should check that and see how much fuel I burned. That way I can actually get some realistic cross-country numbers for my engine. Now it's based on flight time, not distance, because there's going to be a headwind going there and a nice tailwind coming back. So it's just the total flight time that we're going to be basing this on, right? Because it's an aircraft. Okay, so I got extra fuel when I come back if I want to play around, although Felicia's waiting on me to go rock climbing, so I shouldn't. Yeah, so I'm going to take my engine out there, I'm going to put it on, and then we'll pick back up. Alright, till then, bye. Alright. Got our engine on, truck's all locked up. Also, today's a big day for me. Did a bunch of research on audio, because that's all I've been complaining about since I started recording these videos. And I've put together something I don't think anyone else is doing. I'll list the details later, maybe in the description. But I got a Audio Technica hyper cardioid gaming mic. AGTM2 or something. It's a very directional microphone, and it's made to stick onto the side of nice headphones, just regular headphones. And you can turn your regular headphones into a gaming setup where you can talk to your friends and stuff. And it seemed like a good idea. Stick one of those highly directional microphone on my helmet, and hopefully it would kind of naturally filter out the engine noise based on, just the pickup pattern of the mic. I did test it in the backyard. It sounded pretty good. But today's the real test. I put a big old fluff ball on the mic. Hopefully it'll block out the wind. I think that's the big question today. Another question is these dark clouds. I'm part of the Palm Bay Paragliders group on WhatsApp. And the guys were texting this morning, they're flying out of the compound. One guy flew out of Merritt Island, said it was way too bumpy, so he didn't fly very long. And Merritt Island is right on the water, and pretty much on the coast, it turns to crap. Yeah, the wind is going directly offshore, not towards the mainland like it normally does. It's going offshore because there's a low pressure zone off of New York. So that's another reason why I'm going to Valkyria today and not Sebastian Inlet. I was thinking about going to the inlet. Alright, enough talking. We'll talk more later. Gotta actually do my job here. Anyway, so I have goals to go to Valkyria, but as soon as I get off the ground, I'll know what that's like. Maybe I won't want to. Maybe I'll want to come back. Clear prop. Hey, check it out. First pole. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Helmet strap is 6. Start our recording on the old Sunto so I can get stats later. Also, this is the first time that I've recorded a video with this new GoPro Hero 7 Black. It's supposed to be the bee's knees. Kind of playing with the microphone. Sorry if you can hear that. It's off to the side of my mouth. I hope it doesn't pick up too much like, well, a second ago, me breathing like an old man while I'm walking across the field. Hopefully it doesn't pick up too much of that. We'll see. Anyway, it's 75 degrees or so pointed away from the engine, which is directly behind me, so it's off to the side of my mouth. Generally pointing towards my mouth, but not by a lot. See, I'm a nerd, so that kind of information I wanted to know when I was researching how people get good audio. This engine is rumbling my back, so I'm wondering if it's making my voice all wavy. Let's be a dork and find out. Yes it is. Alright. It's been a minute. Alright, let's rev it up. Step back. Okay. So, I don't feel any breeze at all anymore. Little tiny one, but you can see the flags are not moving as much as they were, but generally the same direction, so Yahtzee. I don't have to relocate my wing. What's up, Lauren Michaels? I mean, what gives? What gives, Lauren Michaels? Might wonder why I do that. It's something he taught us in class. Door, roads, brakes. It's supposed to help you remember which direction to rotate your wrists when you pick it up. Brakes, clear to pulley. Alright, walk it out. Happy A's. There we go, happy A's. Would have been fine even if I didn't do that, but I'm very particular about it. I want everything to be exactly like I've done before. Nothing new. That feels pretty good. Kind of looks like I might be slightly crosswind. Hope I don't blow this. Ready? 3, 2, 1, up. Looks good. Do it. Yep. Definitely feel that wind. Alright. Stop that oscillation. I don't like it. The wind is starting to feel better up here, which is often the case. That river is like super dark today. Alright, so in our mission, we're going to go that way. Basically, I'm still oscillating. Let's see, get rid of that. No. It's a pretty big oscillation, actually. Alright, that's worse. Oh, shit. What is with that oscillation, man? I don't like that at all. I mean, it's not bumpy, but geez, I can't stop it. You're supposed to be able to just, There. Wow. Gonna oscillate the whole way to Valkyria. I'm pretty much parked. Gonna have to fly lower. I'm sitting at 1,200 feet. Just parked and oscillating. I'm gonna just fly lower. Yeah, I definitely feel that wind. It's pushing me sideways. If I want to actually go to Valkyria, I'm gonna have to like fly really low. which isn't a huge deal, but maybe I should just abort it. One, because the oscillation makes me feel yucky. I don't want to fly into a crosswind the whole time. How about I just fly around the farm? That's fun. Tomorrow's supposed to be a better day. Maybe I'll do my mission tomorrow. I can kind of see it out in the distance, I think, but I'm not sure. Maybe I don't. I don't know. 791 feet. Ah. This feels better. $610 feet. Guy down there fishing. I wanted to fly earlier this week, but I had a cold, and I probably still do a little, I guess, so I'm sorry. Just gonna crab sideways all the way there. Watch me. Unless I have an engine out, then that would suck. I wonder if I can make it to those people's houses. Probably not. Oh, but I got a big field here. Well, big enough. Maybe. Beats being in the trees. Yeah, how about we go towards those houses a little? And then we'll skirt the solar farm. A little bit of weight shift. Okay, I'm sitting at 486 feet. This feels fine. $1,200, 1,300 feet. Nope, that wind was too strong, and I was parked. I do find it kind of odd. When I was on power and climbing, I had a pretty strong oscillation, and I wasn't able to make it stop. And I thought I was timing my brake inputs correctly, but if anything, it made it worse. So when I cut power and just let it drift, the wing did what it's supposed to, which is take care of me. But I don't know. Oh, bumpies. What are those from? Don't fly over the houses, just near them. This crosswind stuff sucks. Although if you think about it, the wing doesn't know it's flying crosswind. Only I do, because I'm looking at the ground. All it knows is it's got a nice steady current of air getting rammed into the cells. So pretty. Although it is rocking a little. Let's make that stop. No. See, I think I'm just too ginger with the brakes. Brake. There. See? I did it. Now, Actually, pay attention to where you're going. Keep your head on a swivel. Do you see aircraft? Because we are approaching an airport. It is gusty. Mental note, do not attempt to land on the road, surrounded by power lines on both sides. 500 feet still. If I had an engine out now, I'd totally land in that field, because it's epic. Hello, how much to buy? I want that field. I don't need a house or anything, I just want the field. I'm glad I decided to stick this out so far. It's at 500 feet. This has been nice. Oh, now I'm at 560. Pretty sure that's a solar farm. That's what it looked like on Google Earth. What else could it be? I think it best to not fly over it, though. That'd be an expensive landing. I'm just gonna take out power to a couple houses. Bumpies. I bet this place is going to throw off thermals like mad later. That's a really nice footbridge for land that doesn't look like it's being used for anything. I'm just going to fly over the water. My hand's getting tired. If it gets bumpy, watch me grab it fast. I'm still scared of bumps. They make me nervous. Although, I've been watching a lot of paragliding videos on YouTube. Specifically, there's this gentleman. I felt a bump. Did you see me? I grabbed my brake. There's this gentleman in England, I think? Europe, somewhere. I think it's England. Sky Bubble. Sky Bubble. There's this older gentleman that does a bunch of videos on paragliding. Safety tips, ground handling tips, all this stuff. Paragliding is, hold on, I have a cold and I need to cough. Sorry. Paragliding is significantly more dangerous than paramotoring. Because these tiny bumps that scare me so much, this type of weather is nowhere near good enough for them to fly. They need thermals like mad to stay up in the air. They need heavy winds to stay up in the air. Yep, that's a solar farm, and those are high voltage power lines. Mental note, if you're going to go down this way. Anyway, his videos show how to recover from things that are bad, and pretty much shows you how much you can really take before you're in trouble. And I've never been anywhere near the level of dangerous activities that they have been in. So I feel like my nervousness really is, you know, mentally, I know that it's nothing to be afraid of. But again, I've been flying for a month. What, 5 weeks now, maybe? So I don't know. I just know how I feel. I know that when I sit in my computer chair in front of my computer, I don't feel bumps. And up here in this chair in the sky, I do, and it makes me nervous. And the fact that my wing rocks, and I haven't quite figured out how to be direct and assertive enough consistently to get rid of it. See, I did just now, so good for me. Because I was being direct and assertive. Alright, so once you clear the solar farm and these high voltage power lines, nothing to be afraid of, Mom. I'm sitting at 476 feet. And those are maybe 100. Once you clear that, we're going to look for, going to continue to follow these houses to the right. We're going to keep them on our right shoulder. And then we're going to look for a golf course and fly over the golf course. And then the airport should be big and obvious after that. Should be big and obvious way before that. So navigating the cell phone towers. When I was in training, there was a bunch of towers at the base of the airport, right in the middle of our playground, as Lauren called it. The safe spot over airport property that is clear of the runways. And yeah, I flew pretty close to those towers at eye level, just checking out the antennas on top. Because seriously, when would you ever have an opportunity to look at that stuff up close? It's weird though. You're flying around and you don't really feel vertigo or a fear of heights unless you fly next to something that's connected to the ground, that's really high off the ground, like a tower. Then you feel that connection, that distance between you and the earth. And that can make you feel a little queasy. That looks like a water treatment plant. I don't want to fall into poop water. Or get blown into a cell phone tower. That would ruin my day. Ooh, yucky. Bumps. Now, where's that airport? I don't want to fly over neighborhood, so I'm going to go left. Pretty sure I see it. Still far away. Flying for half an hour. I had 10 liters. I burn about 1.5 per half hour, so I should be at 8.5 liters in my tank now. Ish. see the airport. I no longer see Sebastian's airport. I'm gonna turn on my Senna. Doodle-doo-doo. Alright. This way if Felicia calls me, I'll be able to answer. Phone connected. Cool. .679 feet at 15.5 miles an hour. That's about a 7-8 mile headwind. There's a guy down there riding a horse. That's cool. If I go down here, I've got little puddles of empty ground that I could land in. Right there. Do some S-turns and drop in. Walk back to this road. Call Felicia and tell her I'm sorry. Might be a while. I think she's going to the gym this morning. While she goes to the gym, I sit in a lawn chair in the sky. Man, I'm a catch, aren't I? Yeah, I am. One of these days I should check out those spoil islands, but I don't like flying over water. I've never really done it, except for crossing the Sebastian River, which isn't that wide, and I do it from 600, 800 feet by the time I'm crossing it. Alright, so let's do some pre-planning. I land in Valkyria. Maybe if I'm lucky I'll meet Eric DeFore. Supposedly he's here quite often. I'd like to meet a legend. That'd be cool. If I have, let's say, 7 liters left, 6, more than half, because I'm flying into a headwind, right? Or even half. Well, now I'm flying 24.5 miles an hour, so there's almost no wind. 25. Well, anyway, if I have more than half the fuel I started with, then I'll fly back. Maybe. I'd better fly back. Felicia will be mad. Hey babe, I'm sorry. Will you come pick me up in your truck? By the way, we're going to have to go to Sebastian to get my truck. I left it there. And my coffee's in the cup holder and I really need it. Also, on the way back, I don't think I'm going to shoot video of the whole thing, because how boring to see all this stuff twice. This might be boring in the first place. But, hey, I'm doing it for Mom. I'm gonna shoot this gap over here. Felicia brought up an obvious and good point before I left. Will I be able to get there and come back before the weather gets too nasty? These are good questions. So far it's been pretty chill. Other than at takeoff, it wasn't very nice. And I say that while I'm feeling bumps that I weren't before. I wasn't before. Plural, bumps. Weren't. Yeah, I don't like these bumps. It's better to have an angry girlfriend that had to drive to Valkyria to pick you up than a sad and angry girlfriend that has to drive to the hospital to pick you up. Little gap. What road is this anyway? This is pretty cool. I haven't seen any airplanes at all today. It's a good day for flying. I say as I feel a bump. Check out that airport. Alright. I'm going to be a good boy and keep a little bit of brake pressure on my wing. My throttle hand is starting to go numb, so that's not good. So I've not flown out of Valkyria before, I've not landed here, but I did look at the plate information that they, have to have for FAA rules. And I'm pretty sure neither of these runways, there's two of them, well there's more like four, but I think two of them are closed. Neither of them go north to south, so me approaching from this direction should be good. This wind does kind of suck. 24 miles an hour. It does look like I'm shooting a straight crosswind. Maybe Felicia should come get me. That's a long way to fly back. Yeah, it's taken me half an hour already. I've been pretty much in the 500-foot zone the whole time though, so that's neat. Yeah, Whoa. Alright, off the brakes. Yeah, I shouldn't be flying in this. Oh shit. Active pilot, please. Not a particularly safe day to do this. Feel those surges? Yeah, this sucks. Alright, let's cross this field. Yeah, Felicia needs to come get me, for sure. Looks like I'm flying into the wind or with it. Yeah, I'm going 30 miles an hour. I can't go back now. Felicia's got to come get me. Lawnmower on the field. Can't feel my freaking hand. Alright, let's hope I don't biff this shit. Which I very well might. Okay. I got it. No need to worry, Mom. Okay. Well, that's that. My first cross country. Partial success, partial failure, because I can't go home. That's great. Okay. I wasn't nervous. Kind of had a strong wind, which be nervous about it dropping out on you. There's a model airplane over there. What is with these little airports and model airplanes? It's weird. Yeah, it's too windy for me to go home. Get my little audio recorder. 45 minutes. Man, this is a long video. I'd probably edit it. Maybe. My helmet's starting to bother my head. It's a little tight. Okay, I need to make a phone call to Felicia now, so I gotta go. Yep. Ooh, no, let's do some science first. Alright. So we got 11.3 hours. We started with 10.6, right? And we've got 7 liters, so I burned 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Thing is, I might be able to go home, but I don't know if I want to. You know? Alright, I got decisions to make. Bye, everybody. Alright, so here's the update. Felicia's gonna come get me, but I owe her breakfast, and I haven't done my hair, and, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna get her breakfast, because my wallet's in my truck. I don't fly with my wallet, because I wouldn't want to drop that. So, maybe I'll owe her dinner instead. Yeah. Let's see. Stop my mission so it doesn't throw off all my averages. There. Alright. I'm gonna go find the, that new teal building is the new airport office, but when I came by here earlier to talk to the, airport manager, just making sure I could fly here, he was sitting in that, portable building over there because the office wasn't done yet. That was before my training, because I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to go make sure I can fly from these airports before I go to my training. And that was about a month ago. So, what are the chances in a month they would have finished that building? I don't know. Anyway, so. Look, Mom, I didn't get mowed over by a lawnmower. That's cool, right? I think that's cool. Alright. I can see the utility in bringing a stuff sack with you for your wing, just in case you land off airport. Which, did I land off airport, though? Really? I am on an airport. Just not the one I took off from. Right? And I'm too scared to go back. I owe Felicia big. Yeah, I do. So we're now at the top viewing balcony of the new Valkyria airport office. And this is super nice. Yeah, so I landed over there on the far side of the field, and I walked all the way back. I put my stuff down there next to the steps in the shade, and came up here. Remember how I said I thought it was X-23? Well, I'm not sure what it is about this place, but it makes me think that maybe it's X-59, which sounds correct, actually. I know I marked it in Google Earth. Pre-planned my missions before I, even think about doing them for real. This place is nice. It's not open yet, but there's an ultralight hanging from the ceiling in there. That looks real cool. This place is going to be neat when it's all done. Anyway, Felicia's on her way to come get me. Then I got to take her to breakfast. And I smell like a pig, so it's going to be a real treat for her. All right. Thanks for watching my video. Here you go, Mom. I hope you appreciated it. I won't be doing a mission like this again unless the weather is perfect, which I mentioned on takeoff that it wasn't. All right. Bye, everyone.